God damn it, blood. God damn it, dude.
Then try our
I'm
brand
just
new
surprised Tommy
urethral.
isn't eating any of his pizza rolls.
Then try our brand new urethra
I have access to
suppositories.
my pizza rolls, B. I do not have access to my pizza rolls.
Listen, I know the majority of men listen to this podcast. Are you having trouble? Life got you a little down there, and you're trying to just feel up all the time. Then try our brand new urethral suppositories.
Oh my god.
Don't worry, they stay up, so you don't have to.
And at that specific moment that you just started, I get a notification saying Snug has just gone live. You motherfucker.
All right.
I
Yeah,
wonder
we're
how
good
much
now.
of that they heard.
Oh my god.
Probably the whole
I
thing.
wonder how much of that they heard.
You know, you can't teach comedic timing.
The timing on that shit was fucking impeccable. I swear to God.
I'm seriously wondering how much of that they heard.
They heard the whole thing. The whole thing.
And
Before he
now followed by-
started it.
And that
Before he
sponsor's followed by the church by our Lord and Saviors.
All right.
Time for the hat, my
God.
friend.
All right. So, all right, we're gonna start up again. All right.
All right.
So, I'm afraid you're right, BT. I think that, and I hate to say that because I'm a huge Damian Priest fan, and I would love to see him get his WrestleMania moment. But let's not forget, WrestleMania is the end of a lot of feuds, but it's also the beginning of a lot of feuds. If Damian Priest were to beat Drew McIntyre, that will set Drew McIntyre off, and that could be the start of an even bigger feud for Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest, which I think would be interesting to see. But we'll see what happens. Let's move on here because I want to talk about Cody Rhodes. He was on SmackDown, and he had all these championships lined up in the middle of the ring. The very old championships, the Winged Eagle Championship, the I can't remember the names, but all the world titles from over the years, including, you know, the spinner belt.
The Undisputed that was there, like the original Undisputed. I know there was the super old one. There was the Winged Eagle. Both versions of the Winged Eagle.
Such an ugly ass belt. I'm sorry. No, that's nice, Mr. Blood. That's real cute. Anyway,
I remember for the life of me what the sixth one was, but there was six there.
So Cody Rhodes, I'm sorry, but the people that hate on Cody Rhodes' promo saying he's boring and he's still, I got really fired up for this promo. Cody Rhodes was reminding everyone what John Cena was saying about him, how John Cena called Cody Rhodes the common fan. That neck tattoo, that ugly tattoo on your neck, that just makes you look like a common fan. And Cody Rhodes had a lot to say about that. Cody Rhodes fired back and said, hey, look, this tattoo, this suit, this makes me feel like I'm somebody. And then Cody Rhodes went down the line, started naming all the champions that held this belt, including Brock. I'm pretty sure Cody Rhodes mentioned Brock Lesnar on WWE TV, which hasn't been done in a really long time. And then he mentioned Eddie Guerrero with the Undisputed title. And then he goes over to the spinner belt and he says, including John Cena, I'm not just a common person. I'm not just a common fan. I'm the WWE champion. You are not. Which Cody Rhodes went on by saying he does his best work when his back is against the wall, when he, you know, all odds are against Cody Rhodes. And not only that, he's not only the champion, but he's also the captain. Cody Rhodes is a captain of a super stacked WWE roster in today's era. You know, Roman, Kevin, Rhea, all these people he started naming. Cody Rhodes has a good point. He's not the common man. John Cena, he's going to have his hands full of WrestleMania. But I really enjoyed this promo. And I'm excited for this match, you guys. Let's go with you first, BT. What did you think about the promo here with Cody?
I'm going to be honest. I fell asleep during it.
Not expecting you to say that at all, but okay.
I was bored during it. I'm sorry, but Cody is just getting to that point where his character is getting very stale. He is. And John Cena, I'm just begging that you take that title off of him. I am.
Well, damn, there goes my fucking setup.
One second, he can hold his own against John Cena. He can hype up the crowd. But it's the way his energy in his promos that just doesn't fit right with me. His energy, and he's too much of a gentleman. He is. Like that shit, if he was to come out in a suit, he'd be a despicable heel. Like, I would want a heel to come out in a suit and act so despicable, so fluent with his wording. He was built to be more of a heel. He's way better as a heel. I'm just waiting for that one heel turn that could just change the landscape. And I know that John Cena's heel turn has done that, but Cody, what a way to do that would blow millions of people's minds. But anyway, yeah, I fell asleep during this segment, so I didn't actually get to hear a lot of it. I wasn't able to finish the clips because of how fucking boring it was. But yeah, John, please beat his ass, please.
Jesus. All right, Tommy, help me out here, Tommy. Please tell me I'm not the only one that enjoyed this.
You're not.
Okay.
You are seriously not. Although...
Oh, here we go.
That the title choices were very, very interesting. Because, yes, the spinner belt was there. But the Universal title was not there. Like, none of the logo titles, other than the spinner, were there. None of them that looked like the current Undisputed were there.
I think the Universal title is more like the World Heavyweight title over on Raw now.
Yeah, but still, you would still think...
No, it was done on purpose that way because they unified those belts to give Roman the super title. That is now the gold.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That is true.
Yeah.
Although seeing the scratch logo again would have been really cool up there.
Who keeps farting?
It's
The scratch logo is on the spinner belt, Tommy. Tommy, the scratch logo is on the spinner belt.
Yeah. All right.
Right. Okay. My brain. But you're not wrong here, Snug. I loved it because it truly felt like he was putting his entire soul into this. And I'm pretty sure I am not the only one in this group that thinks Cody is absolutely carrying this feud on his shoulders. Cena's not really doing anything here.
I haven't really thought about that. That could be true. I haven't thought about that yet.
Like, Cena has appeared, 3 times?
Sounds about right.
While Cody is here week after week after week, giving out these promos, although they started off a little bit janky. But by the end of it, they are getting me hyped for this. And once again, I don't know who's going to win this. Like, at first, I was like, oh yeah, it's going to be Cody all the way. But now, I look at it, because Cena has put out a few good promos too. where I just don't know who's going to win this.
Toxic.
I did want to correct, I don't know who said it, but yes, Cody did mention Brock, but it wasn't whenever he was talking about the titles. It was like, I told Roman, I told Brock, whatever else he said. But yeah, I was just correcting one thing. Snug, I'm with you 100%. I loved this. I don't understand the hate on Cody's promos. I do not understand it whatsoever. Love his promos and everything he does. Love them. This one, I don't know. It felt different. It felt like we got a whiff of like the people who experienced those people who won the championship at those times got that small whiff of nostalgia, like Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace. I don't remember the other two. Bum-ass John Cena. And he didn't even get to the last one, did he? I don't even. Yeah, so it was. This one felt special to me, even though I'm not that old. No offense to Blood and Snug, but yeah.
Fuck you. All right, go ahead, Mr. Blunt.
Yeah, I second that one. Fuck you. I can feel my kneecap on my right leg turning to dust. But I actually do have a slight tear in my meniscus. But as far as concerned, again, I don't understand the Cody hate on his promos either. And you know what I think it is the problem with most people when it comes to Cody? He spent the majority of his career as a heel. So most people prefer him as a heel because that's what they're mostly familiar with. He spent majority of his time in WWE as a heel. When he left to go to the Indies, he became a super heel and even joined I'm blanking for no reason here. The group Kenny Omega and Finn Balor.
Club.
The Bullet Club. And so he was a heel there. And you know, it's one of those things where people are so used to see him as that. People got tired of the Codyverse in AEW, right? Where it just seemed like every single feud had to revolve around him and everything felt so cut off from everything. But in WWE, I don't understand the hate for his feuds or for his promos, because when I hear him talk, honestly, he's a better talker than Roman. You know, he's a better talker than, I would say, in certain aspects, and he gets really, really fired up. He's a better talker than Kevin Owens, better talker than Sammy, better talker than Jay, better talker than Gunther. I'd say when he's fired up, he's on par with Drew. But like, you know, when it comes down to it, when I hear people say, oh, he can't cut promos, he can't this. No, he can very much cut promos. You hear the reactions in the arenas, right? He pops the crowds every time. And people like, he can't cut a promo. Dude literally went toe-to-toe with John Cena in a full-blown back-and-forth promo battle just a week and a half ago and didn't blink. You know all the people who did blink in promos with John Cena? Roman Reigns is the most recent one that comes to mind. Austin Theory. Freaking like, I mean, he damn near dug Austin Theory's grave for him and then told him to walk in. Like, people don't understand. There are different types of promos.
Tried to change his voice, but failed to do that.
Yeah, there are different types of promos. Cody has the promos where he's unhinged, like when he was cutting that promo against Kevin Owens several months back, when he was furious and it sounded like his voice, he had like lost his voice, but he was enraged. When he cut promos last year against The Rock and Roman Reigns, he was on point. You know, the when they did the whole promo, like the pre-whatever, and he smacked The Rock, or The Rock slapped him in the face, or whatever the hell it was, or he smacked The Rock. Like Cody can cut promos. I don't get it. And when it came to this, he cut an excellent promo from the heart. He took you through the history of these titles, from Bruno Sammartino to Eddie Guerrero to John Cena. You know, like, these titles were held by fucking future Hall of Famers or current Hall of Famers. And he's in that class. It's not often you get a champion that holds a championship, a world championship in professional wrestling and WWE for a year. Cody is about to hit a year. Okay? It's not often that happens. People are like, well, it's only a year, it's not that much. Dude, it's 365 fucking days. Punk only held it for, a half a year after that. And Punk was hailed as one of the greatest champions of the modern era at one point. It's not like everybody can be Roman Reigns and hold that motherfucker for almost 4 years straight. It's not like everybody can be Gunther and they don't have anybody that they built up to be a viable person to take it off of him at 666 days. And we're not in the ages of Bruno Sammartino anymore, or Bob Backlund, or any of those guys, where you hold the title for fucking 10 years because you only wrestle fucking 10 times to 12 times a year. It's not the same schedules anymore. Cody has put in the time. He's put in the work. He's a great champion. Even though there are parts of his character that feel stale, I feel like most people, and no offense to BT, but I feel like most people who say that Cody's boring and stale are just the internet wrestling community that are crying constantly that they just want a Cody Rhodes heel turn. We just want Homelander Cody. And it's like, dude, he's the face of the company. He can't be Homelander Cody right now. They haven't built up anybody else to usurp him from being the face of the company in a full-fleshed babyface role where it would make sense to fucking pull him. Keep in mind, people are like, well, Roman Reigns was the face of the company as a heel for 4 years, man. We already had a heel face of the company for years. Okay? Years. It was time to have the return of the babyface face of the company. And people are just so used to having Roman run everything that they find Cody boring. And that's not on him. It's just because the Bloodline story was so great, right? That it's a hard act to follow, post that, to come up with any kind of story that could even come close to matching that magnitude. So it's not that Cody is boring. It's not that the stories around him are boring. It's that we got spoiled with the Bloodline for a long time. And in getting spoiled, we got desensitized to what John Cena's era that preceded that Bloodline story was really like, where John Cena was the penultimate babyface, white tooth, white meat, grinning all the time, with some tweener personality traits every now and again, running shop. But even there were times where John Cena wasn't the wasn't the champion, but the dude was still the forefront of the company. You back then, you could put that title on anybody but John, and John was still the biggest star. And that says a lot. It's a tough act to follow. But somehow Roman followed it. He is not the champion anymore, has not been the champion in 1 year, but every time he comes back, he's the biggest deal in the company. It'll be the same thing for Cody. But people just gotta be patient and keep letting them do these things with Cody. If Cody loses this title at Mania, people are going to cheer for him and love him again because they're going to miss him chasing. Okay? And that's what it is. People just miss him chasing. That's really what I think it comes down to. They just want to see him fighting the uphill battle again because Cody's supposed to be the underdog, not the guy on top. That's what people got turned so sour on John Cena for. He was supposed to be the underdog, but he kept being the guy on top. It's the same thing. It's history repeating itself. But now you look at it and everybody misses John. Everybody loves John. Everybody's sad to see John go, right? It'll be the same thing for Cody. So I'm excited for this build. I think this match is going to be the best match John Cena's pulled out, probably since him versus AJ or him versus Roman, because aside from his solo Sikoa shit, the tag shit with The Miz and R-Truth and the shit with him and Austin Theory, this will be the first time in many years for John Cena where the match that he's in has the highest stakes. He's in there with a guy who is going to make him look insane, that he's going to keep up with. And I think we're getting a sleeper classic here between these two. Because AJ Styles versus John is one of the greatest matches I've ever seen come out of John Cena's career. His match against Roman, one of the greatest matches I've seen come out of his career. Both of them. So for me, I think that for all the haters, just sit back and watch what happens next week. I think you're going to really be surprised that John Cena is going to show up to actually play this time. This isn't going to be John Cena versus Austin Theory 2. No. This is going to be the old face that ran the place against the champ that runs the current camp. And I think we're in here for a fucking banger to end all WrestleMania bangers. And that's not even mentioning whatever secrets and quiet shit they're holding close to the vest for that main event around that booking, like they did last year, where every Avenger fucking assembled. So, I mean, I think this is going to be awesome. I think Cody has been building a lot of the feud by himself, but we haven't mentioned something here. This is the first time we've had confirmation when it was originally reported that John Cena's schedule, his last scheduled appearance was the Monday before last until Mania. They just confirmed tonight he will be at Friday Night SmackDown on the Go Home SmackDown next week because he's probably going to be at the Hall of Fame ceremony. So he will be on SmackDown next week so we can see what the Go Home angle looks like. So this isn't over yet. We still have one hot angle to churn out here. People are being impatient. Let them cook.
Yeah, the SmackDown next week is also in Vegas, so I mean, I don't see why John wouldn't be there. They're both going to be on the same city, but yeah, we still got time. But other than that, for this Friday Night SmackDown, we saw the DIY and the Pretty Deadly backstage. By the way, I just want to add the DIY. I mentioned this earlier during the stream. Tommy and Toxic, you guys probably already know what I'm going to say, but the Pretty Deadly are a lot more cooler than the DIY now, officially. I'm just like, the DIY are just fucking jokes now. They're clowns. And Pretty Deadly are standing there laughing at them, who was previously, the Pretty Deadly were the jokes. They were the clowns. But now they're standing there looking way more cooler, way more collected than the DIY. I'm sorry, but what the fuck? But that's the tag team division.
Cool. DIY has not been cool since NXT. Let's be real.
We also had Berto versus Rey Fenix. Rey Fenix is officially 2-0 on his WWE record, but this match with Berto was fucking amazing. Berto made Rey Fenix look really good, and I also made this comparison earlier, and I want everyone to hear it. To me, Berto is a future single star. I think I've been a huge fan of Humberto Carrillo since I can remember, since he got to the WWE. And to me, especially after seeing him tonight, he is the Mexican Montez Ford in the WWE. And I'm talking about Humberto Carrillo. That fool is fucking amazing. He's got the look, he's got the size, he's got the in-ring ability, everything. We also saw Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez, which Tiffany Stratton won this match. This was just a way to put Tiffany over, to make her look good before her match at WrestleMania. Roxanne, she's a good worker. It was a safe bet here for Tiffany to win the match versus Roxanne. But then Charlotte Flair attacked Tiffany Stratton after the match, but not only after the match, before the match, Charlotte Flair, there was videos going around the internet before SmackDown even started. Charlotte Flair attacking Tiffany Stratton in the parking lot. Charlotte Flair attacked Tiffany Stratton after their match. All kinds of crazy shit happened after all the reporting that happened with these two from last week. Charlotte Flair, she got the upper hand on Tiffany Stratton tonight. But other than that, fellas, anything else you guys want to add about this Friday Night SmackDown before we get out of here? All right, I think we're good then. With that being said, that was Friday Night SmackDown, April 11th. My name is Edgar. I'm the host of Snug Wrestling. Thank you, Blood. Thank you, Toxic, Tommy, and BT Knight. And we will see you guys very, very soon. Have a great night, everyone.